Now we can start. Okay, read Bismillah. Oh, okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So Muhammad ibn Ishaq was also a great historian, right? If you there's a book called Sirat ibn Ishaq. If I have a book on Sirah, you must buy this. One of the main books, the main right. So he says that أنه حدث أن موسى عليه السلام لما نزل في أرض بني كنعان من أرض الشام أتى قوما أتى قوم بلعم إليه. That when Musa alayhi salam came, then this Canaan also is more or less in this Canaan is Palestine. That is why if you know this whole debate is raging now about who is most worthy of the land in Palestine. The Jews claim that their forefathers were there 3,000 years ago, right? But they claim that they were promised this land in the Bible, etc. But the interesting thing is this here: when you do the DNA test, they've done the DNA test, and the DNA test reveals that the Palestinians' DNA is more closer to the original Canaanites that were there. More because most of these most of these Jews, they are from Europe, and that's why Kamal Abdel Nasser, he said this that look here, the people of Palestine will never accept the Jews because the Jews left from here black and they came back white. So you understand what I'm saying? What do you mean when you say they left here black and they came back white? What is he saying? They left here black and Islam. What do you mean they left here black and they came back white? What does it mean? Yes, what he's saying is that the original Jews that were here, they were black people. And these people are coming back are not the Jews. This is somebody else. This is somebody else. It's other people that is opportunists that claiming they're Jews. Like if you look at Benjamin Netanyahu, these guys, these are Polish guys. They're Russian Jews. They're Ashkenazi Jews. Ashkenazi is not a real Jew. The Ashkenazis, they were caught between the Jews and the Muslims. So they needed to adopt a religion to get protection. So they're not Jews. So they just adopt the religious Jewish religion. So they're nothing. So okay, whatever religion they want to adopt, fine, it's good. They can adopt the religion, but why use it to say they got a claim to the land of Palestine when the ancestry doesn't come from them? So this Canaanites, they are the original inhabitants of this area, right? And I told you the DNA of the Palestinians, it matches closer to these people. Anyway, this is something said. So لما نزل في أرض بني كنعان من أرض الشام, when Musa alayhi salam came from Egypt to the Bani Canaan from the Sham, right? أتى قوم بلعم إليهم. Then the people of Balaam came to him. Carry on. Yeah. So sorry, just I think I got it wrong. Atta qawmu Bala'am ilayhi. So the people of Bala'am came to him, like as you were saying that the Jabbarin, right? So they said قالوا له, they said to Bala'am, هذا موسى بن عمران في بني إسرائيل. Musa ibn Imran from the Bani Israel came to us. قد جاء يخرجنا من أرضنا ويقتلنا ويحلها بني إسرائيل. So obviously, like how in jihad you come, you give them the message, etc. So they were not ready to accept the message of Tawheed. So they complained to him that he has come, yukhrijuna min biladina, he wants to remove us from our lands, wa yaqtuluna, and he wants to kill us, wa yahulluha bani Israel, and maybe the right, wa yahulluha bani Israel, he wants to make it now for the people of the Bani Israel, right? Wa inna qawmuk, but we are your people. We are come from one people. Wa laysa lana manzilun, we don't have any place besides this. Carry on. Right. You are a person. رجل is موصوف. مجاوب دعوات is مضاف إليه become the صفة. You are a person. مجاوب الدعوات whose du'as are readily accepted. Right. Right. فَخْرُجْ فَادْعُ اللَّهَ عَلَيْهِمْ. So you go and make dua against them. Obviously, how can you make dua against a prophet when the prophet has come to spread tawheed, etc., right? See, so interesting thing is initially he was on the haqq. Initially he was on the haqq. He said, Wailakum, woe to you, Nabiyullah, a prophet of Allah Ta'ala, ma'ahul malaikatu wal mu'minun. With him is angels and believers. Kayfa adhab ad'u alayhi. How can I go and make dua against him? وَأَنَا أَعْلَمُ مِنَ اللَّهِ مَا أَعْلَمُ وَأَنَا أَعْلَمُ مِنَ اللَّهِ مَا أَعْلَمُ. Once I know what I know, I know obviously the function of a Nabi is to spread Tawheed. How can we go against him? How can I go against him, right? Right. So see, so so they said, okay, but remember, malana mim manzilin. This is the only land we got. Right? So it was not if they were ready to accept the message, they would not be expelled from their land. All the Musa alayhi salam wanted, they must come onto Tawheed. So they had to accept Musa as the Prophet of Allah Ta'ala. They had to accept his message. Then they could live in peace and harmony there. Like how I told you, when the Muslims come to the land, what they say? Islam. And you will enjoy the same rights as Muslims. You live under our zimma. You live under our protection. If you don't want to, you want to remain your religion, fine. You live in your land, but you pay the jizya. But then also, if you don't want to pay the jizya, so your protection comes through one of two things. Your protection comes through being our brothers and being Muslims like us. And if you don't want to be our brothers, then you have to earn your protection by paying the jizya. They were not ready for any of this. So, فَلَمْ يَزَالُوا بِهِ يَرْفَقُونَهُ. They continued يَرْفَقُونَهُ, like playing on his sentiments. وَيَتَضَرَّعُونَ إِلَيْهِ, and pleading with him. حَتَّى فَتَنُوهُ, until they put him into a test, right? فَفْتُتِنَ, so he capitulated. He fell with the employees. Carry on. Right. So eventually, once they captured him, according to riwayat, they plied him with gifts, they plied his wife with gifts. فركب حمارة له متوجها إلى الجبل الذي يطلعه على عسكر بني إسرائيل. He rode his donkey proceeding to a mountain, the one يطلعه على عسكري, that he would face with it to the, in other words, the Bani Israel. From this mountain you could see the Bani Israel, right? Or you can say الذي يطلعه, which will give him a vision upon the Bani Israel, give him a sight to see, right? Carry on. Right, and this was وَهُوَ جَبَلُ حِزْبَانِ, right? Right. So فَلَمَّا سَارَ, then when he traveled, right? فَلَمَّا سَارَ بِهِ رَبِضَتْ بِهِ. So you can say like the conveyance tripped, it fell, right? Sat down, it refused. رَبِطَتْ, it refused to go. فَنَزَلَ عَنْهَا. So because why? This animal knew what he's doing is wrong. This animal knew what he's doing wrong, right? فَنَزَلَ عَنْهَا فَضَرَبَهَا. Then he beat it حتى إذا أزلقها قامت right? Uh, right. حتى إذا أزلقها قامت. Then he beat it and he forced it. This reminds me of what? Remember the story of Abraha Yudan in Qasas part 5? There was an elephant, his name was Mahmud. Remember? He refused to proceed to destroy the Kaaba, remember? And then the Abraha forced him. So something like this. Allah Ta'ala, the animals, a degree of intelligence. حتى إذا أزلق قامت. Then he stood up, فَرَكِبَ. فلم تسير بكثير حتى ربطت به فضربها. So then it did not proceed much until it set again and hit it again. حتى إذا أزلقها, and he beat it, right? حتى إذا أزلقها, until he forced it again, right? أذن لها فكلمته حجة عليه فقالت. So أذن لها, so فكلمته, spoke to him as a proof. فقال ويحك يا بلعم أين تذهب أما ترى الملائكة أمامي. So now Allah Ta'ala made this dumb animal speak to him and said, right, فكلمته as a proof against him. He said, فقال ويحك, woe to you يا بلعم أين تذهب, where you want to go, what you want to do. أما ترى الملائكة أمامي, don't you see the angels are stopping me, right? تردني عن وجهي هذا, stopping me from going to this place here. تذهب إلى نبي الله, how can I go? How can I take you against a نبي ولا تذهب إلى نبي الله والمؤمنين لتدعو عليهم, so you must make dua against. You are a scholar, you know, right? فلم ينزع عنها, but he did not desist, right? فضرب بها, he hit it. فخلى الله سبيلها, Allah Ta'ala left his path. So you learn something very interesting from this here. You see, Allah Ta'ala, when a person wants to do something wrong, right? Especially if you never do that wrong before, Allah Ta'ala will protect you. Allah Ta'ala will protect you. But when you insist on doing it, say for instance, you never do something wrong in your life, you never commit a sin, and you want to do something wrong, you want to commit zina, you want to do whatever. First time you do it, Allah Ta'ala will stop you. Second time you want to do it, Allah Ta'ala will stop you. But when Allah Ta'ala sees this person is insistent, he wants to do this, then Allah Ta'ala also leave you, right? Allah Ta'ala's mercy get lifted up from you. So same thing, Allah Ta'ala wanted to protect this person, Bal'am bin Ba'ura, from this particular calamity. But when he was insistent and persistent, then Allah Ta'ala, that's why we say, Allahumma la takilna ila anfusina tarafata aynin. Ya Allah Ta'ala, do not leave me to myself even to the extent of the blink of an eye. Because if I not remove your protective gaze from me, because if you remove your protective gaze from me, I don't know what will happen to me. So keep me under your protective gaze all the time. So Allah Ta'ala protects a person, but when a person insists and persists in going ahead, then Allah Ta'ala also leaves that person to go ahead. So you see, so that's the same thing there, what we're saying. فَخَلَّ اللَّهُ سَبِيلَهَا, Allah Ta'ala left him. Right. حين فعل بها ذلك فانطلقت, so it went حتى إذا أشرفت به على رأس حزبان العسكر موسى وبني إسرائيل جعل يدعو عليهم ولا يدعو عليهم بالشر إلا صرف الله لسانه إلى قومه. Okay, time is up to stop the Manazim is here. So he proceeded, simple was he proceeded and he went to the mountain and he made dua. Inshallah, I see there's 11% left on this phone. Inshallah, we'll make it, inshallah. Okay, now it's Mishkat 2 with Manazim.